What's going on, guys? So, don't really have a Mastergrade thing going on this week. I'm still sort of sorting out, no pun intended, the Anubis way back there, and I don't really want to start another big kit as of yet. So instead, we're going to look at something not quite Mastergrade, but still pretty big, and it is the Gundam Exceed heads that I picked up from ThinkGeek on our little mini vacation. So, let's get to it. Alright guys, so as previously discussed, these are the Gundam Exceed heads. And I do believe these are mega scale, so I believe they're 1/48 scale thereabouts, because they're way bigger than even perfect grade, which is 1/60th. So that's why I'm saying it's not quite master grade, but it's huge as it is. And we looked at the Zaku heads last time. I'll pull them out whenever we get near the end here for comparison. But as you can see, I've got the normal RX-78 Grandpa head here, and then the RX-78 3 there. So it does come in three varieties. You get the normal, the 3, and then the full armor version, which I'll be working on here in a second. But as you can see, the mold is identical, very much like the Zaku heads were. They're pretty much exactly the same. So I started out with regular Grandpa, and I panel lined him using the old school straight up fine line panel line marker. And then with this one, I used the pour type, which is a little awkward considering there's like a coating and it's not just straight bare plastic. It's not painted by any means, but it's not great. And as you can see back here, this is just a comparison between using the fine line over here, tracing out the lines, and then trying to use the pour type over here. And you can see what didn't quite make it. These mold lines back here on the back are almost non-existent in like this area or there in the middle. You can see back here though, we do get a nice kind of painted version of the rear camera. And if you come around this side, we do get nice tampoed images there. So you got the WB, so white base 102, RX-78-2 there, and then you got the G3 103, RX-73 on that one. And back to the front, of course, you can see the color differences here. The blue on the V-fin thingy there, same thing on the face, and the chinny chin. They both have the yellow eyes, exactly the same. The Vulcans are yellow on this guy, blackish on this one, and you get the clear kind of front camera there, although it goes straight to plastic. There's nothing behind it, but the eyes there are also clear, which in the future an LED project will likely be in the works. I've got to figure out the logistics of it, and I know that plenty of people have done it before. Now it's just showing off with Grandpa here. Oh, just real quick, when we get to the assembly stage, this is a big problem here. The little neck peg, so to speak, it is a separate piece, as we'll see. I had to glue it together because it was just falling off constantly. So for these, I glued them together. So one cool feature, you can kind of split the side of the head here so it can sort of vent. It does actually have the nice molded vents in there in kind of a darkish gray. And then the eye surround is actually a nice matte gray, and this red part here does actually look like it's painted. So looks to some degree like they tried, and it is painted back inside there. So it is a clear yellow, but with some silver painted on the inside to make the eyes pop. The Vulcans might actually be painted. I don't believe those are molded, so that's pretty cool. I mean, and it is the same kind of simple construction as we're about to look at with the, or it's the same thing as like the Zaku. But you can see right inside there, you can see the back of the eye plate, you can see all the way up to the top of the head crest, so it's full on empty. So lighting is definitely doable, it's just making it work. And you can take these apart, but I have not figured out a safe way to do it as of yet, because I know people have painted them and whatnot. So I'm going to push these to the back, and we're going to go ahead and assemble the last one here with Mr. Full Armor. Now, I already took out the plastic wrap because, frankly, it's annoying fighting it. Now, one thing I discovered with this one is it definitely has some residue left over from the plastic wrap. I don't know what that's all about, or if it's the finish they put on. You can see this is very shiny. So maybe it's a clear coat of sorts. So this one probably, and it feels greasy. So this one's probably not going to get panel lined. So it is what it is. So this is how it comes out of the plastic. 3 layers, peel it, cut it, do whatever, just be careful. And you get the cool EFSF logo there. That's where you want to start. So just come down here. You'd want to pull that off, toss it aside. You don't need that. And so here's the base of the neck plate, like we've seen. Go ahead and pull the actual neck piece out, and you can see right here, this is what I meant. I mean, like, there's not a lot of friction there, so it doesn't take much to knock that one loose. That's why I super glued those. And now, of course, you have plastic baggies inside, kind of like the Zaku did. Got different stuff. You don't really want to pull them out at the same time. That was just a bad layering job in there. And here you have the faceplate. Just kind of covers it here. Just come up here, pull that off, pull that off. You don't need those ever again. And unlike the Zaku, you really don't have to do a lot to this guy. He comes almost complete as it is. One thing you want to do, just want to pop these open. I don't know that that's necessary, but the instructions definitely tell you to. And you can just push up in there if you got a skinny finger, and you push the head crest up, and you just close her on up. Now, if you can get a couple fingers to grab it and pull it up, that's perfectly fine. Most of the time, you just want to push it up. So, we got that. And now, we've got little baggies. I need a knife. Kind of forgot about that part. And this is going to be your V-fin parts. So you just kind of cut through the tape, but just be careful. You don't want to cut all the way through everything. Come on. Come on, little guy. There we go. And then the baggie's already open, so super easy. I say that. Oh, wait, hold on. Bag's on the floor. Alright, so you got each half of the V-fin. You can see, while it is definitely gloss coated to some degree, this one's so slick I can't even pick it up. And you get a little bit of mold detail here on the back side. Looks perfectly fine. And, you know, it's kind of hard to screw them up left to right, but, you know, it's just what you do. Right? Right. Okay. So now we get the chin and the head crest. Or jewel, as they used to call it back in the day. It's not really a jewel. It's a thingy. These obviously are painted. They come in the same green, but then that. So that explains why that purple one got a little messed up there. And I used some thinner to clean off stuff. But not terrible, but there's another reason why I'm not going to panel line this one. Or if I did, it would be with the fine line specifically, so that it would be far more contained. So obviously you just push that in there. This actually looks pre-panel lined. I'm going to fix my focus real quick. There we go. I see a little bit better. And he's just got a little groove back here and a tab right here. This is one of my other main problems with these guys, is that it is a super loose tab. Now, if you're not going to modify them in any way, shape, or form, super glue that on. And then last but not least, you got the chin. So you want to put the little gappy part towards the bottom and just push it on. And you'll almost always end up pushing the ridge down. So there you go, Gundam head achieved. And it will only go on the one way from what I can tell. So, alright, so this one, same yellow eyes, but gunmetal paint along here. And then dark gray there. And you've got FSWS FA78-1. So that's pretty cool. So Federation Space something. I don't know. I don't actually know what that's from, but the full armor is a cool one. But they kind of copped out by using the same RX-78 head. I kind of wish they'd give us more of these in the future, like an RX-79. Like, give us a ground type. Give us New Gundam in the future. Now, New Gundam had to be a bit bigger, oddly enough. And then Sinanju and stuff like that. I don't think they're going to go with like an individual Gundam head. I think they just want to milk it as much as they could, much like with Zaku's and stuff like that. Speaking of the Zaku's, got Black TriStar, regular old green, and then Char Red. So that's all the current Exceed heads, at least that are available over here. Whether there's more in Japan, I'm not sure. And like I said, I got them at ThinkGeek. You can get them at GameStop as well, or any place that has little Gashapon things. But those are like the easiest ones. You buy the tokens, you do the machine. So what ended up happening was I ended up with 3 of these guys, but I still needed regular grandpas. So the lady let me actually swap out one for that. I should have just grabbed another one straight grandpa, but this one's going to Thomas Rice, but he didn't really specify which one he wanted at all. Didn't have time to talk to him, so he gets one of these. And like I said, they can be repainted. Just going to need some cleanup. And I can't tell. I don't think these are ABS. I think they're polystyrene. I'll have to look at the instructions, which it does come with the instructions, by the way. Here they are here on the bottom. But it's really not a big deal. But guys, if you do have these, if you've done anything creative with them, let me know. We were planning out a blind build swap with a few friends of mine using the Zaku heads, and everybody was given their own theme that they had to fulfill, stuff like that. So it would have been a very interesting trade had it worked out. Unfortunately, it did not. Maybe in the future we'll be able to put that back together. But yeah, if I do a lighting thing, I will do a tutorial video on it to show what I did and stuff like that. I still plan on lighting up at least one of the Zaku heads for fun, things like that. So, guys, give me a big old thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. If you are not, if you are new to the channel, by all means, join in. We're doing pretty good. Normally I would have Mastergrade Monday on Monday, but like I said, not a whole lot of things going on in the world of 1/100s over here at the moment. I got too many other builds to do. But make sure you also subscribe to the secondary channel to go check out all the other things I'm doing with Transformers and other figures and things like that if you're interested in that. Like I said, we got some Beast Box stuff going up there, Transformers, along with Power Rangers, anything else I find interesting. So go check those things out, and I will catch you guys on the next review. Remember, as always, to keep on building.